Richard, Richard, please, our daughter hasn't eaten in 3 days. Don't do this to us.
I can't build an empire carrying dead weight.
Dead weight? I'm carrying your child.
Then carry it alone. I need a woman who lifts me, not a shop girl and a sick, starving baby.
I always told him he'd upgrade. He'll regret this.
Regret what? You have nothing. You are nothing. He didn't know.
He didn't know. My husband dumped me and my sick daughter at the airport gate to follow his mistress as his mother laughed, unaware that I had just inherited the $10 billion airline he was standing on. My name is Grace. I met Richard when I was a shop girl. That's the word his mother always used, shop girl. She said it at our wedding, smiling like a knife wrapped in silk. Don't worry, she told the guests. He'll upgrade eventually. For 6 years, I made myself small so he could feel big. I run the home. I raised our daughter, Zoe. I stayed up through every fever, alone, while he worked late and came home smelling like someone else's perfume. That morning, we were flying to see his family. I was in economy with a sick child on my lap. He had upgraded himself to business. For his back, he said. I was rationing the last of Zoe's medicine like it was gold. Then my phone rang. A lawyer, a name from my past, my late father's brother, who left home before I was born and died alone in Zurich. I didn't understand what he was telling me. I put the phone away and kept fanning my daughter's burning face. And that's when she walked up. Young, glowing, designer everything. She stood beside my husband like she belonged there. And in 1 second, I understood all of it. The late nights, the second phone, the business trips. Richard didn't even lower his voice. Grace, I'm not getting on this flight with you. Sophia and I are going ahead. I need a partner who lifts me up, not one who drags me down with hospitals and school runs. He looked at our daughter like she was luggage. I'll send money, sometimes. His mother laughed out loud in the middle of the departure lounge. Finally, she said, I told you he'd upgrade. I whispered, you'll regret this.
He said, regret what? You have nothing. You are nothing.
And he walked through the business gate with his mistress on his arm. I did not scream. I did not chase him. I have learned that the loudest thing a woman can do is go quiet. Because my phone was ringing again. And this time, I listened to every word. My uncle had died with no wife and no children. 40 years he spent building something out of nothing. And he left all of it, every share, every asset, every signature, to the only family he had left in this world. Me. Mrs. Grace, the lawyer, said, I need you to understand the scale. You are now the controlling shareholder of Meridian Airways, $10 billion. I looked up. The name was on the wall in front of me, on the boarding passes. On the tail of the plane my husband had just boarded to abandon me and his dying child. Meridian Airways, his flight, my airline. I didn't run to the gate. I made one phone call. Good afternoon. This is Grace, the new controlling shareholder. I need 3 things. A doctor for my daughter on the tarmac in 90 seconds. The manifest for the flight to Zurich. And I need to speak to the captain before that plane moves 1 inch. Richard's flight didn't leave on time that day. It was held at the gate. Every passenger politely brought back into the lounge.
Including one man in seat 2A who had just told his pregnant wife she was nothing.
I was still sitting in that same plastic chair when he walked back in, confused, annoyed, Sophia on his arm. Then he saw me. Except now there were 4 people in dark suits standing behind me, a doctor kneeling in front of my daughter, and a woman from the airline holding an umbrella over us both, like we were the only 2 people in the world who mattered, because now we were.
Grace? What's going on?
I don't know. I said, you told me you couldn't build an empire carrying dead weight.
You were standing in mine.
His mother stopped laughing when they told her the shop girl now signed the checks for the airline her son had bragged about his whole life.
Grace, my daughter, we are family.
You told me he'd upgrade. He did. He just didn't survive it. I could have destroyed him, grounded his name from every flight list, buried him in courtrooms, taken everything. I didn't. That same night, I flew my daughter to the best children's hospital in Europe, on my own plane, a doctor beside her the whole way. Her fever broke somewhere over the Alps. She opened her eyes and whispered, Mummy, are we flying?
From now on, we always fly.
6 weeks later, I gave birth to my son in a private ward. No Richard and no time in then, no fear. He sends census messages now, long ones. I made a mistake. I read every one. The way he used to read me, like something he'd get to later. I never reply, not out of hate, out of peace. Here is what I learned at Gate 12, and I paid for it with the worst hour of my life. Never measure a woman by what she's carrying when she's tired. You have no idea what she's about to inherit. The people who leave you at your lowest were never meant to sit beside you at your highest. He dumped me at the gate. God was only using that gate to move me to a bigger one. My name is Grace. And nothing owns the sky now. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to follow Mr. Cute for more of this beautiful story.